Hi guys, today we're going to learn how to make a slab box. We are going to be making a slab box that is 3 inches by 3 inches, so it fits in our box. And you're going to go ahead and roll out a slab. And the slab that you roll, we are going to be using the purple roller guides, okay? So make sure you find 2 that are purple. They will be the right thickness for this project. Once you've gotten all of your slab rolling material rolled out, you are going to cut out from the stencil 5 different 3 by 3 inch slabs. You already know how to roll out a slab, so I'm not going to show you that again. You're just going to roll out, trace 5 of these with a stencil, cut them out, and then you're ready to go. All right, pick one of your slabs to be your base. And you're going to take your slabs and you're going to be joining them in order to create a box. Okay? If your clay is really, really soft and you can't hold this up without it flopping over, you need to go ahead and blow dry your slabs for about 2 to 3 minutes. But mine are nice and firm, so they're ready to be joined to my base. Okay? A couple things you're going to need. You're going to need a container of slip, which can be found over by the sink. You're going to need a serrated rib, which can be located with the tools. And you're also going to need a fettling knife or a clay knife. Okay. All right, let's review a little bit from last year. Remember, when you join 2 pieces of clay together, there are 2 things that are really important. One, the clay has to be the same consistency. Okay. My clay here, it's still plastic, but it's starting to turn slightly leather hard. I cannot join this clay with clay that is super soft. Why? Because they dry at different rates. So that would dry, a soft piece would dry faster than a leather hard, or slower than a leather hard piece, and then eventually when they are drying separately, they'll crack. Okay? The second is anytime you join clay together, you must score the clay, okay? Also known as scratching and slipping. Okay? So I'm going to scratch the side of my base, and I'm going to join it here. So it means I need to scratch this side as well using my serrated rib. Okay. These scoring marks will allow the slip to get into those crevices, and it will act like a clay glue. Just go ahead and paint that on there. Okay. After I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and push together. Okay. Making sure you're putting them together on the side and not on top. Okay. Side, not top. Then you're going to need to get a wooden modeling tool. They come in lots of different shapes and lots of different sizes. I personally like the one that has this rounded edge, but you can get whatever one you like. Okay. And you're going to go ahead and blend together this seam here. Okay. You can see the seam where they join together. You need to go ahead and blend those together using this tool here. Seam is all nice and blended. Now it's time to add the next side. Okay. So same thing. I have to scratch and slip, but this time I need to scratch and slip on 3 areas because I'm joining here and I'm joining here. Okay. So I'm going to have to scratch and slip on this part of my slab, this part of my slab. I'm also going to need to scratch and slip on my side and right here. Be gentle with this because this slab, although the seam is blended, it's still pretty fragile at this time. Right? Take your slip. Okay, be generous with the slip. You don't want to be too stingy with it. Okay, same thing. Press together. And now let's see, we're going to need to blend a couple seams here. Our outside seam, which is here, and then our inside seams, which are here and here. So go ahead and blend that together now. All right, let's add our next side onto our box. Okay, we're going to repeat that step again. Scratch and slip everything, and then we're going to blend all of our seams together. All right, our final slab that we need to add here is actually going to need to be cut slightly larger than our other slabs. Okay, why is that? Because we are now adding an extra 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch here. So this slab will actually need to be 3.5 inches long by 3 inches tall in order to match up with our dimensions. Okay, so I have a slab now that is the correct measurements, and I'm going to go ahead and join that last slab just like I joined all the others. Alright, when you've joined all of your seams and everything is nice and smooth and secure, the very last thing we want to do is flip this over gently on the bottom and blend all of your bottom seams together. Okay, and you can do this with your modeling tool that you've been using to blend all of your seams, and this will just reinforce that all of your slabs stay nice and joined. When your box has been joined, as long as it's in the firmer stages of plastic or more on the leather hard stage, in order to make this just a little bit more perfectly square and angled, we're going to use the wooden paddle on it. Right? To use the wooden paddle, you're going to simply pick your box up with your hand and you're going to gently tap on the sides in order to give yourself more of a right angle to make your box just giving your box a nice little paddle, everything's smoothed out, you've smoothed out the bottom, then you can put this back in your damp box, because the next thing we're going to learn is how to make a lid that sits inside our box with a flange so that the lid doesn't just flop off. So great job for today, and we will go ahead and make a lid in the next class.